Hey everybody, Lex DeVille here, back for another lesson in advanced Upwork proposal writing. We're going to be talking about headlines in this video. So what is a headline, when would you use it, and what kind of headline should you even use? So first of all, what is a headline? A headline is a single sentence, a single statement that's going to come at the very top of your proposal. So when you write your proposal, it's going to have just one statement up there. It doesn't have to, so we'll get to that in a second, but if you use a headline, it's going to be one statement at the very top of your proposal. It should stand out from everything else. There should be no other text around it. You just have this one line, you hit enter and enter again before you do your greeting, so leave a space in between the two, but it's just something at the top. Something that when the client looks at this sentence or the statement, they read it and they say, okay, this guy said something that's really important to me or that has my attention. Let me read on. So the whole idea with a headline is just to catch their attention. You need to do this quickly because they've got a lot of proposals to go through. They have to make decisions. A client has to make a decision. They don't have to make it quickly, but they tend to. So they want to kind of sum up the information. They want to weed out people who aren't a fit for them as quickly as possible. So if you put a headline up at the top that shows that you might be a fit, then that's going to get their attention and they're going to want to keep reading. You won't need a headline for every proposal. I don't use headlines all the time. I only use them sometimes. If it kind of depends on the feel of the job post. So if you think that they want you to use a headline, or if you think that they want you to show that you are the exact right person and they need this to be very clear, then a headline might be appropriate for you. If you are a copywriter, copywriters are going to use headlines in their proposals sometimes, especially direct response copywriters, because clients are going to want to see a demonstration of your skills. So your proposal is actually a demonstration of your skills if you're a copywriter. So that's when you might use a headline. It's just to get their attention. You don't have to be a copywriter to use it, but if you are a copywriter, you'll probably use these pretty regularly. I've left some examples in the resources below so you can see different headlines you might use, but the whole idea here is you have to say something that gets the client's attention. Usually the way I do this is by repeating some part of what they said they wanted. So this holds true for a lot of the proposal. Actually, I'm repeating a lot of what they say back to them. What the client says, I repeat that back to them. So if they say, I need a direct response copywriter, I need a direct response copywriting ninja to write a high conversion email, I might put in my headline, direct response copywriting ninja who writes high conversion emails. That's what my headline could be. It's straight from their freaking job post. You could put something else up there, but this is just a general headline. It's going to get their attention because it says the exact words that they want to hear. It says, I don't know why, but it's like it bypasses some mental, psychological barrier that they have up. When you say the exact words that they've already used, they're like, yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And you're like, no joke, you said it and I just repeated it back to you. So it's that easy. But you can use other types of headlines. So sometimes you need a headline that stands out even more than that. You don't want to just repeat back what they said, but you might want to try being a little bit funny. If you think you're a funny person, then say something funny. Direct response copywriting ninja, and I shave my armpits. You know, it's something stupid, but it catches their attention. They're like, oh, that got my attention, and he's a direct response copywriter. Boom. Or you could say, I don't know, high profile web designer and dog lover. It's not really that funny. It's just kind of quirky, okay? It's like quirky. It's something that stands out to them. App developer who likes long moonlit walks on the beach. That's something stupid, but it's going to get somebody's attention. And when you think about what you're doing here, we go back to like the psychology, we're getting into rapport. If you make your client smile in a single sentence, how is that going to position the rest of your proposal? If you say something to me in one line and it has me doing this and I'm smiling, how am I going to frame the rest of your proposal? I'm going to see the rest of your proposal in a more positive light. I'm going to feel better about it because you've already made me feel good inside. Now I'm feeling good about you, and everything I read from that point on is also going to make me feel good probably. So I'm going to keep reading because you got my attention, you said something that I needed to hear, and then you put something stupid and quirky on the end of it, and that made me smile, and now I'm reading more. Now, there's two main kinds of these that I use. So like we already described, there's just the basic serious one. It's just repeating their own words back to them. And then the other one is just quirky. It's being quirky, it's silly, it's just something that you say that's kind of off the wall that makes them do a double take. You know, they see it and then they're like, you know, they make that face that people make when they're doing a double take. And they're like, what did this guy just say? And then now they have your attention, or you have their attention, I mean, and they're going to be more likely to move forward with you because you've said something that made them smile, or at the very least, you said something that got their attention. The whole goal here is to get their attention, get them to read the very first sentence of your proposal so that you can draw them down to the next sentence. And then that sentence carries them down to the next one. And then that sentence carries them into the second paragraph. And before you know it, they've read your whole proposal and they're ready to move forward with you. That's how it works. That's the art of headlines. They're very simple. You won't use them every time. Only some of you are going to use them some of the time. But I would definitely test them out. No matter what skill you offer, no matter what niche you're in, test out headlines, see if anything sticks or if anything gets results for you, and if it does, use it. Otherwise, you don't have to. It's not a requirement, but they can work really well. That's all I've got for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.